Hi, Richard. Hope you're okay. I was just wondering how you found it working with Tom Cleverley. How's it been to see him grow into where he is now?
Yeah, it was an easy decision really to make him lead for the under-18s when he finally made the decision to retire. You could tell he studied the game. He was very detailed in the sessions he did with the under-18s. The boys had a huge amount of respect for him, obviously, for his career and what he'd done in his sort of time as a player. But it was a seamless transition for him into coaching, really. And it was an easy decision for myself and Jimmy to make him the lead. Yeah, he's a very confident lad, knows his football, very knowledgeable, very intelligent. And it's great to see him doing so well.
Yeah. And what's the process behind big clubs poaching our young players? Do you feel like that's quite unfair on smaller clubs as it's inevitable?
Boom, straight in there with that.
Sorry.
Listen, it's part and parcel of it. The EPPP rules have a compensation sort of agreement in place for clubs. It has determined how long a player's been with you, what sort of, if you've offered a scholarship, that sort of thing. So there's set figures in terms of the compensation. So we can't get away from it. That's just part and parcel of it. But for me, it's probably a bit between sort of both, really. I see it as a compliment in one way, that we're producing players and that sort of the bigger clubs looking at and see the potential in them. But then you're a little bit gutted that you end up losing them. But listen, I'm really transparent with parents. If we get approached by a club, I would never stand in the way of anyone trying to better themselves or progressing. And then we just try and work out the best deal for the club. But listen, we can't really compete financially. So if we're losing a player to Manchester City, the financial rewards for the family, for the player are so great now that it's really hard. And being a Category 2 academy, when these clubs are coming in, we're not losing them to smaller clubs. The facilities, the training facilities, the games program in a Cat 1 club is a lot stronger than what we can offer. So, yeah, it's a little bit torn. Like I said, it's compliment in one way that we know we're producing talented youngsters. But, yeah, it's like Harry Amas probably would have got some game time this year with us. So it's a little bit between both stools, really.
Richard, from a personal point of view, who do you, not putting pressure on them, but who do you think is a real star at the club, someone who we could maybe see this season or one for the future, but who do you think has the potential?
Yeah, so in the development group, we've obviously had Leo that stayed with the first team now. He trains every day with the first team. I think he'll get more minutes and go on and show what he can do. We've got another lad, Xavier Messiah Edwards, that was in and around pre-season but got a knock recently, so he's getting back to full fitness. So opportunities in the Carabao Cup, if things go well against Man City, if we can progress, then there might be opportunities for these young players. But we've got a talented group. Michael Adepoku, probably going to go out on loan, but he has the potential to do really well, in my opinion. And then we've got some younger players coming through. JD Moulton, his first year scholar, he's a midfielder. We actually lost his brother Ramiro to Brighton a couple of years ago, but he's got the potential to go on. So, and then in the under-16s, we've got some real talent. Bertie Stevens, who's a midfielder, coming through. We've got Matisse Aboué, we've got Marats, Galadievs, all coming through. So they're going to hit the ground running next year when they come in to start their scholarship. So there's a few in the pipeline, but it's just obviously getting the opportunity.